Guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a book haul for you. It's been a bit since I've done a book haul. I have like 4 stacks of books here. I feel like it's not as much as what I normally have in a book haul, which I'm excited for. I've gotten sent stuff from publishers, and I also have stuff I've bought for book signings coming up. So I will just go ahead and get to the books. The first book I was sent by a publisher is The Stand-In by Lily Chu. This one is one that I believe came out on audio a while ago, and then I finally released in paperback. So the heroine actually looks a lot like this famous Chinese cinema actress, and she's part of a golden couple, and they approach our heroine saying, can you be her stand-in? And then it says that she has to have an escort who is a very attractive and infuriating man. And so I don't know if it's kind of like a bodyguard romance, but it sounds really fun. I'm really excited to read this. I love the concept of our heroine like standing in and like taking the place of someone, and I am excited to read this book. Then I had the Trope of the Month box from Hello Lovely. I am a rep for them, so I get this box for free every month, and they have one book, and this was, I believe, age gap for this one, and it's a book I really love. I have a code always down below, Peace15, to save 15% at Hello Lovely, and the book is A Nordic King by Karina Halley. This one, our hero is a king, and he's a single father, and the heroine is his nanny, and I love the special edition. It is so pretty. The original has like a shirtless man on the cover. I do love the original cover, but I really like the design of this in the pink and the turquoise. It's really pretty. Then for my wish list, Samantha from Fragrant Pages sent me Business Casual. I am so excited to have this book. I've already showed it a ton in different videos because I absolutely love this one. It's going to be one of my favorites of the year. It is an office romance. It's forbidden because she is a new hire and he is one of the bosses at the place, and there's a non-fraternization clause where nobody can get together at the company, so they sneak around, and it's so good, and I'm super excited to have this. My most recent purchase was actually these 2 books from Julie Ann. All I know is that it's a love triangle, and I'm pretty sure, oh yeah, he is a professor, he is a widower, and he has a newborn baby, so he hires a nanny, and I believe the heroine is his nanny, but she is actually in a relationship right now. There's 3 books I think in the series, but I'm pretty sure these are just the 2 main ones, and I really want to read more Julie Ann. Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl is having Julie Ann on her channel as an author interview, so I would love to read a bit more from her and watch her interview, and so I'm excited. She's also going to be at a couple signings. I think Book Bonanza she's definitely going to be at, so that's why I have these, so I hope to read them in June. I also went to a signing in Columbus, and it happened like a week ago, and Rachel Lee was there. I've seen this one around a bit like on TikTok, and I was recommended to it by Sarah Kate, who is, I think they co-write a couple books together, and so this one is all the little things. The back doesn't really tell you a lot. It just says 4 years ago my life changed forever, and I think it's sad because there was something that said like cardiologist appointment on here too, and I was like, is this gonna be a really sad book? And I'm pretty sure people say it's sad. Where did that one go? I swear, yes, cardiologist appointment. It said there somewhere on the cover, and I've heard it's sad, but I got it, and then when I was at her table, I was like, I want to buy a book too, and so she told me about all of hers, and this one is Stryker. It is Redwood Rebels, and I'm pretty sure it's a bully romance, and it says, strike a match, watch her burn. So she heard something, and she wasn't supposed to. The 4 guys who terrorize the halls of Redwood High as a sport stop at nothing to make sure her lips are sealed. So this sounds really good. Is this reverse harem too? I don't know. It just says the one guy. I'm excited to have this and try out a new author. Then I also was messaging Tori from Novel Life about all the books that we wanted to get for Book Bonanza, and we saw these ones, and so I decided to pick them up. We have A Chance for Us and Return to Us by Corinne Michaels. One of them is a marriage of convenience. She wants to get married so that her dad can walk her down the aisle, and her fiance breaks up with her, so she asks her best friend to marry her. And then in this one, it says that when she was 18, she walked away, and it cost her the love of her life. Now 14 years later, crash sends her back home to recover. I'm assuming she was like in a car accident or something, and back to where they met, fell in love, planned a future, and he's living as a single dad. I don't know if it's hers. I do love the covers, so I'm excited to read those, and Corinne Michaels will also be at Book Bonanza. And then I also picked up The Gravity of Us by, my camera does not like these like white covers. I got the special edition of The Gravity of Us by Brittany Sue Cherry, and this one was, I think, like $11 or $12 on Amazon, and this is my favorite by her. She's also going to be at a book signing that I'm going to, so I picked that up so I could have her sign it. I also got Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. I also bought The Wrong Heart, which I actually already read, so I I don't have it here. I put it up on my shelves already. But Lotus is about a boy who was kidnapped and held hostage for most of his life, I believe, and now he is out and it's his romance with someone. So they did mention him in Still Beating. I talked to Jennifer Hartman on my channel. I'm obsessed with her and her books, so I'm excited to read more from her. I also picked up one by Elizabeth O'Rourke because I love Waking Olivia, so I got The Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. This one is more like fun contemporary, but also kind of angsty. So her heroine is invited by her ex-boyfriend to go on vacation with his family, and so she goes and falls for his brother. And so it sounds like a fun vacation, a little bit messy, but I'm excited. I've heard really good things about this book in this series. She's also going to be at a signing I'm going to. So a lot of these are authors I cannot wait to meet and read their books and then talk to them when I see them. And another author I'm going to meet is Devney Perry, and I got Juniper Hill because I read Indigo Ridge. I enjoyed it, but people have said this is definitely their favorite. She's a single mother. She's running away from something and moves into the garage of the brother, I believe, of the hero in book one, and he is a recluse and doesn't like talk to a lot of people. And she says it's the handsomest man she's ever laid eyes on, and he's a chef, so he is tattooed and raw and rugged. So I'm really excited to read this one. I hope I like it, and I'll get to bring it to see Devney Perry. So then I was sent an arc of The Godparent Trap by Rachel Van Dyken, and this kind of reminds me of a Lex Martin book because in this one our hero and our heroine are given custody of two children. It is her best friend's kids, and it is her best friend's brother who also gets custody. So the sister of the hero has passed away with her husband, I believe. I don't know, like the parents are dead, and I'm assuming it says there's a tragic accident, leaving her co-guardian of her best friend's children. She's actually a popular food blogger, so now she has to come home, even though she travels a lot, which also reminds me of that, was it Abby Jimenez wrote it? I'm pretty sure it was an Abby Jimenez book that also had like a vlogger, and then she has to come home to take care of a child, but they end up falling in love. So this sounds very emotional, but it is a bonding over children. We're kind of single parents thing, so I'm excited to give it a try. I also do enjoy Rachel Van Dyken, but I haven't read her like super contemporary. I've only read like her Mafia, so this will be interesting to read. And then the Columbus book signing I went to, I had picked up these two by Shelf Bliss. These were like $7 on Amazon. They were super cheap, so I got them for when I met her. We have Broken Dove and Broken Sparrow. They're really pretty, and I believe these are motorcycle romances, which I would love to read more of. But if you guys know, let me know if you know, but there's like a sticker over the barcode of a barcode on the back, and I don't know why. Like, and I had originally gotten one that had like massive stickers on the cover with pages falling out, and these are like supposed to be brand new from Amazon. So do you know why it would have stickers on them when they're ordered from Amazon? Let me know if you know, because I had to send that book back because the pages were literally falling out of the book. So I did get like brand new one sent to me, and without the sticker on the cover, but I don't know what's going on with Amazon lately. Then the author Anna Zares reached out to me and asked me if I wanted one of her books, and so I asked for this one. It is White Nights. It is Anna Zares and Charmaine Pauls, and this one, I don't know if it's Mafia, but he's super wealthy and he sees her and wants her and gets her. So that's really all it says. It says I should stay far away, but for one night I give into temptation. So I don't know what else the plot's about. That's all it says, but I'm excited to have this, and thank you to the author for sending it my way. I did order a bunch of pre-orders from Barnes & Noble throughout the year, and so my first one that came was The Book of Night by Holly Black. This one I'm actually excited for because a lot of people haven't been liking it, but I feel like this is one that I could like. I don't know. I always try reading synopses of fantasies and I just get too confused. There's magicians. She is really good at picking locks and stealing things, and it sounds interesting, and I guess people are mad because it's been mismarketed. I haven't heard anything about the marketing, so I can't be disappointed. So I'm excited to try this out. It's definitely very short, and it's a standalone, I believe. It's not even 300 pages, so it's very pretty as well. So I'm excited to read this. I've definitely been in a fantasy mood, so I want to read this soon. Okay, so then I've got this stack here. We're on to stack 2. So the first 3 books are all from Belle Book Box that are gorgeous. These are from Jessica Hawkins. It's her Something in the Way series, and I am a rep for Belle Book Box, so you can use my code PeaceLoveBooks to save 10%. I was sent these for free, and they are so pretty. So we got Something in the Way in one of their previous boxes, and they just finished up the series. So we have Someone Else's Sky, and then we have Move the Stars, and then we have Lake and Manning, which is perfect because I read and adored book 1. It's a love triangle age gap romance, super angsty, very big cliffhanger at the end, and I never continued on in the series, and so this is just going to drive me to continue on, and I really want to finish these, but they are gorgeous, and I'm so excited to have them on my shelves. Then from the Columbus signing I went to, none of these books are in order. They're all over the place. place, so I'm sorry to go back to that signing, but I did get 2 books from Gwen McNummy? I don't know how to say her last name, but she was there and I had pre-ordered from her because I was on the pre-order page. Most of them had closed already because I got tickets for like 2 weeks before the signing, but these had really cool covers and really cool concepts. So this one I believe is like kind of a pirate romance, like they're on the water. So this is Squall Line and then this one is Rogue Wave. I just love the covers. And so this one, it says like, he's out on the water. So it says, out on the water, I'm in control, I don't make mistakes, but the fiery redhead destroyed my plans and left me no choice. So, and he took her hostage? I don't know. Oh, but then it says he stepped on her ship. So I don't know, they sound really cool and I'm excited to read them. So I have these and I'm excited to try out a new author. I'd never heard of her before. I've never seen anybody talk about her on any of the channels I follow. So I'm excited to try out a new author. I also got from, I believe this was Kiana sent this to me. Yes, so Kiana, thank you so much. She sent me this from my wish list and it is Kissing Under the Mistletoe and it is an anthology for Christmas that I'm excited to have and read in the wintertime. From the publisher, I was also sent A Daring Pursuit by Kate Bateman. I had already read this as an ARC. Absolutely loved it. It is so adorable and really fun. They're enemies and he kind of gives her this dare and that's all I want to say about it, but they are from rival families, but their siblings did marry, so they're kind of not super rivals anymore. There's a lot of animals in here, including a bear, which is really fun, so check this out. I also got to see Sarah Kate at that signing I went to in Columbus and I ordered Eyes on Me so I could have her sign it. So this one is signed to me from her and I'm really excited because I loved Praise, which I think is actually, I'm just gonna pull this out because I also have Praise. I got both of these. I read Praise, loved it, and this is a ex-boyfriend's dad romance. This one I don't know too much about, but I want to go in not knowing a lot about it. So they all take place at the Salacious Players Club, which is a club where people can explore their desires in a safe place. So super excited to have these, super excited to read more of them. And then one of my pre-orders was actually The Inadequate Heir by Danielle L. Jensen. I got this from Barnes & Noble and this has been out for like 6 months on audio for Audible exclusively. It's finally come out in paperback and I'm really excited. I don't know who it's about, what it's about, because it's different characters in books 1 and 2 in the series for the Bridge Kingdom, but I was obsessed with that series and like I said, I'm in a fantasy mood, so I'm excited to read this. The next 2 I ordered for rereads for my members, and this first one I'm probably actually going to open it up as a video to everybody because if you didn't know, QB Tyler tragically lost her husband a couple weeks ago. So I did end up ordering another copy of Forget Me Not so that I can read it and annotate it, and then I'm going to send this copy along to QB as a surprise. So I am really excited to reread it and I will definitely do a reading vlog for this book, and it was one of my favorite books last year. It's a marriage in trouble amnesia romance, so I'm really excited to reread this and send it along to her, and hopefully this will be a special book for her since she knows I'm obsessed with it and I will not stop talking about it. I also ordered a special edition of A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. This one was one of my favorite books in like 2017 and my members voted for me to reread this one and annotate it for their exclusive reading vlog, which I definitely will, but I ordered this copy because the last, like, I don't remember where it is, but like a good chunk of it is actually the book from the hero's point of view. So I'm very excited to reread this. It's super long, but I cannot wait to reread this. It's definitely a super angsty book of like wrong time, right person kind of thing. And so I'm excited to reread that for my members. And if you are interested, you can always join my channel memberships down below. It is the join button next to the subscribe button for exclusive content, voting on my reading vlogs, exclusive live shows, fun stuff like that. I was also sent a copy of Ivy by Willa Nash. This one I believe is like dark academia. It takes place at university and things happen. So that's all I know. It says, whisper your confessions in our ear, we promise not to tell. I don't know what else that means. It's pretty chunky too, but I'm excited to read some Willa Nash because I've enjoyed Devney Perry, but I think I will also love her Willa Nash stuff. Alright, then I also, for Elizabeth O'Rourke, ordered Parallel, which is all I know is a time-traveling romance. Really excited to read this, and I love the covers. Emily had done the covers. If you don't know Emily, she's on Instagram as a cover designer. She's amazing, and I'm excited to read some more Elizabeth O'Rourke, especially time-traveling romance. Also, I don't know why, but I was in my members exclusive live show, and we were chatting all about Chris and Becca Ritchie, because Tori from Novel Life was currently reading them, and I decided to finish my collection. one. So I was actually missing some of the Callaway Sisters books in different editions. So I had both this edition and then I had a bunch of these editions. So I think I had 3 in this edition, 2 in these editions, and I was annoyed. So I wanted to finish them. So I do have 2 copies of these books in the series, but I wanted them. So I ordered them just so I can finish out my collection in case they ever change the covers again. And then I also decided to get book 1 in this edition because I do have one of the first editions of it with like the guy and the girl in like black and white with like pink text, but it's going to be traditionally published soon, so I wanted to grab this in the indie copy before it changes for Berkeley. So I am gonna finally finish the series. I've been saying that all year, but I promise you I really want to, so that's why I got those. I was also sent Rules for Engaging an Earl by Jana McGregor. This one, she needs a husband. So she's about to give birth to her late husband's child. I don't think I've read one like that. And she has no money. So, and he had 2 other wives she didn't know about. So I think she needs a husband. And the hero is an Earl who returned as a war hero, and he's her childhood best friend. This sounds so cute. I'm excited to read this one. I also ended up getting a copy of Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. I want to read more of her backlist after Heartstopper came out on Netflix. I was obsessed. I do have a couple Heartstopper books I need to haul as well, but I want to read more from her and have them to recommend to my students in my high school classroom. So I got this one. Excited to read it. Then I was sent from the author Falling Embers by Catherine Cowles. She is a small town romance author. This one looks super pretty and I really enjoyed the first one. And so this one I think is a second chance romance. So it says that she loved him from the moment he taught her how to fly, racing down a mountain. This is a friends to lovers romance and her sister was kidnapped when they were younger. So I'm excited to read another sibling of the couple from book 1. Then Samantha from Fragrant Pages also sent me Stolen Songbird, which is perfect because I am super, like I said, in a fantasy mood, so I'm excited to have this one. I don't know too much about this. I just know that it is a fantasy romance and there's a lot happening. She's been bonded to the Prince of Trolls and she wants to escape him. So this sounds really good. Very excited for that one. I was also sent an arc of A Game of Retribution by Scarlett St. Clair. I was sent this from Sourcebooks. I'm pretty sure this is the 2nd book. I think though that these books have gone through editing since they were picked up by a publisher. So I'm definitely intrigued enough to read this one. We'll see. And then I have these last ones. My battery light's flashing, so sorry if I am flying through these. So I'm just gonna let you know all these books that I have. I won't go too much into them. I have Dukes Do It Better by Bethany Bennett that I was sent from the publisher. I was also sent Never a Duke by Grace Burrows, and Say You'll Be My Lady by Kate Pembroke, and then How to Deceive a Duke by Samara Parrish, all historical romances. I was also sent Find Your Way Home by Jackie Ashenden, and this looks really cute actually, like a cute small town romance. And then my mother went to Half Price Books and got me The Edge of Midnight. She found a couple of Beverly Jenkins there. I didn't have this one, and it's also signed. I mean, it's signed to Kayla, but it's a Beverly Jenkins signed book, and I was really excited to read more of her romantic suspense after I interviewed her on my channel. So thank you, Mother, for finding that for me. I also went to Barnes & Noble, and I really wanted to pick up the Heartstopper books. So I picked up volumes 1, 2, and 4. They were out of 3. I read these either from the library or borrowed from a student, so I wanted my own copies to have on my shelves to look at all pretty. And then my friend Desiree from Genki Reader had recommended Cherry Magic to me, which is manga. I'm interested in trying out manga, so she recommended this and I'm really excited to read it because she said she loved it and she likes Heartstopper, so she recommended this to me as a fan of Heartstopper. I'm excited to read this, so thank you, Desiree, for the recommendation. I also saw So This Is Ever After by F.T. Lukens. I loved In Deep Waters, and I had no idea this author had another book out, and this one is fantasy. Just look at that cover, it's so pretty. And so in this one, I don't know, oh, he like saved the kingdom from an evil ruler and there's like no one left to rule, so like he is the interim king. And it sounds really cute. It is MM. I'm really excited. It is young adult, but I feel like I've been really enjoying fantasy young adult lately, so I'm excited to read this. I was also sent Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez from Forever Romance. I am a little wary going into her books because I loved her second book, but I wasn't a fan of book 3 and I liked book 1 enough, but I didn't like the ending. And so I have been seeing a lot of good things about this book though, and I don't know what it's about. It says it's a funny, powerful novel about trading in the life you have for the life you want. So she's an ER doctor and there's a carpenter who's 10 years younger than her. Is this an age gap romance with an older heroine? Okay, now I'm really excited. So I might have to move this up on my TBR. And then the last one I have out sent from the publisher is the graphic novel edition of Miss Butterworth and the Mad Baron, which is a huge joke in her books, and I think it's so fun that they decided to come out with this. And I know that it's illustrated by Julia Quinn's sister, who unfortunately I think passed away last year, so I am really excited to have this on my shelves, and it looks so fun and I can't wait to read this. So thank you so much to the publishers for sending this one to me. And those are all the books that I have received or bought in the past month. Let me know what you're excited for me to have and read and what I should read first. I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day.